Hi, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Johnson. The article that I reviewed was about obesity in youth. Now, we all know about the several articles that talk about all of the health issues related to obesity in youth, but this article was different in the sense that it talked about the psychological issues related to obesity in youth. We all know that kids or people, period, who suffer from obesity, they tend to do things like make themselves vomit, take diet pills and laxatives, they skip meals, they fast for long periods of time. Well, with the psychological issues that are associated with childhood or youth obesity, there's more to it than the aforementioned. On top of those things, they also suffer from great depression and low self-esteem. That's because they have a very low view of self-worth. The view of their body image is really low. Like, they don't think they look the way they should, or they don't think they look good enough compared to their peers and other people around them. And part of what adds to this is social media, what it portrays, and then it rubs off on the children. And we all know children can be cruel anyway. So we're dealing with obesity in children. It's the same concept. They're being taunted and teased, and nobody wants to be their kid. So they do suffer from Great Depression. One of the ways that the authors mentioned that we could reduce or eliminate this in children is to have programs that decrease stigmatizing of obesity, So basically they want to create programs that teach acceptance, that teach self-worth, that teach to love and embrace others the way they are and not the way they should be according to social media or what this artist said or what this person saw on TV. Normally, there's a lot of intervention programs for obesity in youth that make them diet, exercise, and the authors were arguing that they don't think these programs are good because then it targets them and it teaches them you aren't good enough the way you are, so you need to do this and you need to do that. And I can recall doing another assignment in which it was for this class actually when we had to watch about the people with the eating disorders. And I don't know if you all can recall the young lady who said when she was just like maybe 7 or 8, the doctor told her mom that she was fat and they instantly put her on a diet. And now look, it's been I think over 18 years now. And she has extreme eating disorder. And she even said that she would rather, if it took for her to die to achieve how she wanted to look, she was willing to take that risk. So we see that the issues that happen as children, they follow us into adulthood. And it has a huge impact. So the authors will recommend that they put in place intervention programs to teach kids not to be that way and to treat other kids with respect and everything like that. They also suggested support groups for victims of being stigmatized by others. So that basically it's the same as the other program, but this one is aimed like more so for the obese kids to teach them that they are beautiful the way they are. And I really appreciate these authors bringing light to this topic because we read and we hear so much about the health issues related to obesity in children and how America is just an obese country with lots of obese kids. We see that all the time, but we rarely hear about the psychological impact that it has on them. And I can honestly say that when I see obese children, I don't think that they think anything of it because they still are young, innocent children. So I see that they're, larger or whatever, but I never thought that they maybe felt some kind of way about themselves because of others around them. I thought they were just carrying on happy, didn't care. But this article was arguing against that and it was saying it does impact them. So I do appreciate the authors shedding light to this, and I think they do have some good intervention programs. However, I do disagree with them saying that it's a bad idea to have the other kind of intervention programs that are related to solving health issues related to being obese, as far as like weight loss and exercise and eating right for these kids, because I do think we should teach them that they're beautiful the way they are. I do not believe that a person is less because they weigh more or because they're super skinny or have this or have that. However, we shouldn't, at the same time, while encouraging them, we shouldn't mislead them into thinking that there are no health concerns related to this, because there are. We shouldn't let them think that you know, if they continue to be obese, it's no big deal, because it is a big deal. And the thing is, they are still so young, so they have more than enough time to, you know, get healthier and whatnot. So I do think that we need to implement programs to focus on the emotional and psychological aspect of obesity in youth. But I also think we need to still remain focused on the physical health related issues. So one thing I can say about the article is that it was composed in a very professional manner. It was very organized. It started off with a brief synopsis of what it was going to be about and like little details, and then it was broken up into sections. So I did like the structure of it. Each section was titled, you know, exactly what you were going to read about in this section and that section. It wasn't just like all put together as one. So I did appreciate the structure that the authors used there. So that's pretty much everything about my article. Thanks you guys for watching.